Welcome to the fourth week of 2024. So it's a time when the year is gracefully unfolding and the cosmic energies are guiding us towards deeper insights. I trust this message finds you in a space of contemplation and readiness for the magic that January the 22nd through to the 28th holds for us. So as we embrace on the energy of this week, it's a call to go within, to reflect, to pause, and to acknowledge the growth that is silently unfolded in our lives. So whether you're finding stillness in your thoughts, walking the quiet paths of winter, know that the universe is aligning to provide moments of profound understanding for you. This week, the cosmic tapestry invites us, encourages us to dive into introspection, to explore the depths of our thoughts, to find the wisdom that lies beneath the surface. It's a time to connect with the quiet whispers of our soul and align our actions with our truest intentions. I'm truly grateful to have you here, companions on this cosmic journey. Together, let's explore the energies of the week, unveil the cosmic insights, and find the peace that comes from embracing the natural ebb and flow of life. Now, stay tuned as we navigate the cosmic currents from January the 22nd to the 28th. I'm excited to share my insights with you, offer you guidance, and be a part of your journey as we tap into the transformative energies of this reflective week. I wish you a serenity and a week filled with profound self-discovery. So let's turn to the tarot cards, look at your personal highlights of the week through your sun, your moon, and your rising signs. And if you're not aware of what your moon or rising sign are, you can just simply go to my website. The information is below and it's absolutely free. Okay, let's embrace the cosmic wisdom together. I'll meet you over there. Welcome, Leo. This is your weekly focus for January the 22nd through to the 28th, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you so much for being here. Now, I'm asking everybody this week if you wouldn't mind putting an emoji or two in the comment box. Maybe it is something you take away from the video. Maybe because you're enjoying the video, you like the video. Maybe you don't like the video. But leave an emoji in the comments, just an emoji or two or three or whatever. Maybe you'll tell us a little story and it'll be a riddle. We'll have to figure out what you're trying to tell us. Yeah. And let's be the community. Let's have a little bit of fun with that, shall we? Anyways, let's cut the cards. Let's turn it to you. Our underlying energy for the week is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is... I still have that little cough, huh? That Knight of Wands is a card that talks about... You know, I kind of get when we get this card that we're kind of in no man's land here. We have completed our path to a point, and we have dismounted from our horse, from our stallion perhaps, and we've dropped to a knee. So first and foremost, we have to be thankful for all the things that has brought us to this moment in time, because it has molded us into the person we are. We've had successes, joys, laughter along the way, as well as other emotions, right? But those are the ones we want to concentrate on. And giving thanks. We also want to give, a moment of gratitude to what we already have around us. Who we are, where we are, and the beauty that surrounds us and within us. But the third part of this card is we are also looking forward. We've only dismounted for a very short period of time. We're going to get back on that horse and start riding, but we ask for the protection, for the wisdom, for the clear path forward towards our dreams, our goals, our desires. Now, our first card is, look at this, the Page of Swords appears. Serendipity could be in play this week for us. Things could just happen that move us into a position that we are just truly loving. Okay, maybe all of a sudden your boss comes up to you and says, you know what? This week I'd really like you to move over to here and start doing this work. And it's something that you have a passion for. It's like there's joy, right? I don't have to do that anymore. I can do this. No, this is fantastic. I mean, abundance and happiness and joy can come by, a raise, things like that. But I think it is utilizing your talents and abilities and really bringing out your potential that's going to bring the most. Like, that's almost like your superpower this week. The more that you can place yourself in those kinds of situations, but I don't think that you actually do the placing. I think it's things that, you show up and things happen that move you. It's like you go home at the end of each day going, you won't believe what happened to me today. It's like my whole life has changed, or it could change based on this day, or I met this person, or they offered me this job, or they offered me this promotion, or they offered me more money, or they offered me, a trip to go on, or a learning experience that I can step into. It's this kind of energy that's around you. Usually I warn people when this card comes out because we want to think through our actions, but I think it's based on the things you've already thought of in your life, and now you are going to push forward with some of those things. And we do have the full moon in your sign this week. So it is your month. It's your month, really, to understand what no longer has value in your life, what no longer brings you joy, happiness, what relationships aren't working anymore in your life. And maybe we need to infuse them with some kind of new energy. Maybe we need to put more space there. So the full moon for you is about releasing a lot of things in your life, and I get a sense that it has to do with relationships and stuff, because that's where the sun is sitting, is in your relationship house. But it's either where you say, no, this isn't happening anymore in the relationship, and we can go forward with the strength in this way, or maybe there needs to be more conversation, or maybe there needs to be a little bit of space, and that's just not your significant other. It's platonic and romantic relationships. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is our next card. There's a confidence about you this week. There's a knowing. It's like the storm is past. You know that you can start concentrating your efforts on the forward motion. Maybe you're just concentrating your efforts on the here and now. It's like, have you ever had those moments where you just go, what happened? How did I end up here? Okay, well, now that I'm here, what do I have to work with that's a here? That's in my here and now. But there's this confidence. There's this, it's almost like in some ways you're rewriting your world. You're changing your habits. You're changing your behaviors. You're changing your routines to reflect more of a day that you want to embrace rather than a day everybody else has told you will work for you to enjoy. You're kind of seeing how you are putting it together now. And there's this sense that that any abundance that comes to you is yours, that nobody can take that away, and even things in the present are waiting for you. You just have to show up. You just have to do the work. You just have to keep going on the path, and you know that you will run into the abundance, and there might be hurdles, and there might be confrontations, and there might be challenges, but that doesn't seem to worry you as much this week, because you've got this. You know that you are working towards a goal, a dream, a desire that is very tangible and very realistic, very practical, maybe in a lot of senses. That you can grow your abundance. That there's the struggle has been taken away in some way, or the worry of lack. Of what if this doesn't succeed? Maybe these are the kinds of thoughts that were in your head. What if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do this? What if I get stuck in this job the rest of my life? So that's kind of going away now. And there's this confidence coming in of your strength, your abilities. Why did you even doubt yourself? Kind of energy. And the Ten of Pentacles. So this is the yes card. This is telling us about there's been some successes. Obviously, when this card shows up, there has been some successes. Maybe during this week, maybe over the past several weeks, months. But it's time to dream the dream bigger. It's about stretching that horizon. It's about putting your focus on a new goal, a new dream. And this card is the yes card. This card says it can be done. Now, you may need to partner with somebody. You may need to allow yourself a belief that there is a spiritual presence also helping you. This is about, yeah, going after the successes. This is the yes card. This is saying if you want it and you show up and you're committed and you're focused, then yes. What do you see it as being? So I would be expanding that horizon a little bit. I'd be adding a little bit more magic to even my best life ever kind of picture of what I am seeing in my life. And really stepping forward with this confidence, with this strength. And once again, I get this feeling that it's only because you've decided to change some things in your life or make some commitments in your life that all of a sudden something comes at you out of the blue that really tailspins you into wonderment. Work and career, the Judgment card. The Judgment card appears for work and career. Gosh, I'd have to say that you've been judging yourself a little bit too harshly on what you can do, of what you can succeed at. That somehow you've minimized it. You've compartmentalized it. Did I say that right? That you're a little afraid of stretching your wings. You're a little afraid of going into a new beginning, a new start. You're seeing if you fit the bill. And yeah, I'll tell you that only 10% of anything, any success in life is because you fit the bill. It's about your passion. It's about your desire. It's about your want. I have this like cold feeling, like you feel like you were left out in the cold or something, like you're isolated in some way right now, and it's about stepping back into those experiences, and maybe that's why you're changing some things in your life. But I don't get this big you're judging yourself unrealistically. That you've got this. If you want this, you've got this. And in some ways, you've pulled yourself back here a little bit, and there's no reason for you to do that. Okay? Now, we did have the no man's land kind of come up here, so that could even be more of it. But, factory where they're hiring, okay? And they say we need a general laborer. They say they get thousands upon thousands of resumes. Everybody knows they can be a general laborer, so everybody puts their application in. And yet, if they put one out for head office, corporate, lead hand, manager, assistant manager, all of a sudden they only get like a couple of hundred tops. Because people don't believe that they have what it takes to do what it is they're asking them to do. And a large amount of it, yeah, you have to go in with some wisdom, obviously, but there's life skills. Just because you don't have the letters behind your name, or just because you didn't go to school for that, doesn't mean that you are more than capable of doing this. And it's going to be kind of like those kinds of things come at you. It's how much you're judging yourself. It's how much you believe yourself, judging yourself in a positive way, saying, I can do this. I mean, I might have to take a crash course somewhere, or maybe just brush up a skill, but I could do this. So if you're looking for work, I wouldn't be looking for the general laborer stuff this week. I'd be looking for something that matched me a little bit better and my talents and what I enjoy doing and my passions. and see what comes up, because I think for many of you, you're just going to get this serendipity kind of energy, or this something happens, and a series of events that puts you right in front of the boss, and they're saying, we want to give you a raise, we want you to run this corporation in this country, we want you to whatever it might be. But I see some kind of push forward, but it's only when you start believing in yourself. It's about taking it back and understanding that you do have a lot to offer, abilities, talents, just the unique you. And when you start to realize those things, the opportunities start to just show up. Love and relationships, the Tower card is breaking through that glass ceiling. It really is. When it comes to love, when it comes to relationship, it's talking about the elephant in the room, perhaps. The thing that you know that needs to be discussed, but each of you are avoiding it, or you start to infuse yourself with new people. Although I'm not getting that as strongly as the elephant in the room kind of thing. But there's something that needs to be discussed in at least one of your relationships, if not a couple, this week. Maybe there's a clash. Maybe there's a clash between where you wanted the relationship to go and where it's at in your thinking, and maybe having a conversation about those things, or at least meditating on them, understanding them a little bit. Maybe you thought, well, by this time I thought I'd be married, and we're not married yet. Or by this time I thought we'd have an empty nest, and it's not there yet. Or I thought we'd be traveling, and it's still our routines are day in, day out, the same mundane. Or it's things like this. There's an elephant in the room. Okay, that's the best way I can put it for you. You have this awakening. You have this understanding, maybe, of what that elephant is. Maybe you didn't even see the elephant, and all of a sudden, once you see an elephant in the room, you're not going to ever unsee it until you get rid of the elephant. It's breaking through that glass ceiling. It's becoming the person you want to be in that relationship, but you didn't have the courage to really stand in your truth. Maybe you've always pulled yourself back a little bit, but there's some kind of light coming from you right now. It's about you shining and allowing yourself to shine within these relationships. To not worry that you're going to make them feel inferior in some way, or less than in some way, because you are greater in some ways. And it's coming to terms with that kind of energy. Maybe, like, if you're dating too, maybe you just never had the courage to really ask them, and this is the time when you're going to be asking. Or maybe you haven't been dating in a while because of the past relationships, and this is a time, it's about breaking through that glass ceiling. It's about changing your habits and behaviors in how you approach relationships, how you are present in the relationship, what you do to grow that relationship, and what you accept from the other person when it comes to love and support. Our spirituality is the Five of Cups. This is definitely a card that's telling me that you need to do gratitude work this week. Wake up in the morning, be grateful that you've got a brand new day to begin with. In the evening, write down one thing on a piece of paper that you were grateful for, read it aloud, and then go to sleep. On the next night, write a second thing, read them both, go to sleep. Third night, you see where I'm going with this, don't you? And start to hold a page full of things that you are grateful for in your life. Eventually, a book of things that you are grateful for in your life. To not, and pay close attention to how the self-talk. Okay, where you think you lack, or you're not. It's like dropping something and saying, "Oh, I'm always so clumsy," but you're not. So why do you say that? Why do you bring in that negative statement of who you are when it's not true even? Come up with some positive statements about yourself. Things that are true. Okay, if we say something that's, this is the thing with like affirmations and stuff. Gratitude even. If we're not, if we say I'm a millionaire, okay, this is your affirmation. I'm a millionaire. And you're not, your brain is going to go, you are nothing close to a millionaire. Who's kidding who here? Get a grip with reality there. You ain't a millionaire. And so it's our ego will easily smash that into pieces. But if you say money comes to me and flows through me, your brain could go, well, I guess it kind of does. Yeah, money comes to me and I go out and I spend it and money comes to me and flows through me. Yeah. Or every time you find a dime on the sidewalk, you say, I'm a money magnet. Here it is. There's the proof. I found a dime. I'm a money magnet. And slowly work that one into, but it has to be realistic in some way in order for it to really take root. For our brains to actually say, oh, they might be onto something here. And if I'm a money magnet, well then, hang on. What am I feeling now, right? So that's kind of what we want. Home and family, 7 of Cups. What's going on with the home and family here that we got a 7 of Cups? Maybe we're unsure of any kind of changes we want. We know there just needs to be some change. But we're not sure of really what it is. Is it we want to redecorate a room? Do we want to move? Do we need a larger place, a smaller place? Do we want to maybe travel and see the world out there? Maybe I need to wait until I start getting some bigger paychecks because you do have a lot of energy about work and career this week, and a beautiful kind of energy, but you have to be mentally prepared for accepting that beauty into your life and going after that beauty in your life in order for it to show up. It's not like you have to go in search of it, but you have to believe that you are deserving of that promotion. You have to believe that you are deserving of being the top person in that category in your company or whatnot, because you're a great person and you do it so well. It's a talent, it's an ability, and you get to shine it. We're really giving thought here. Maybe it's your diet and your exercise things. We're changing our routines here once again. If we're looking at stuff like that, like getting up at 9 a.m. is not accomplishing much for me. Do I need to get up earlier or later? Probably earlier, but Do I need to get a little bit more self-discipline about when I go to sleep so I'm waking up early enough that I'm not tired when I'm waking up? Do the gratitude at night before you go to bed. You'll have a nice sound sleep. Scientifically proven that we sleep better if we do a moment of gratitude before we close our eyes at night. We go deeper. This is about not really making any critical changes, or at least not carving them into stone. This is just trying different things out right now, and to have a patience with yourself and for your environment around you, that you're trying to kickstart something, but you're not really sure what will kickstart it. You're trying different scenarios, you're trying different things, and this is home and family, but this is also our health and well-being. So it could be that you have been on the treadmill, every day for a month, and you're really not, and maybe now it's time to jog on a track or walk around the park or around the block, or but I don't really get like you are making it like this is my new commitment and I'm doing it this way now. It's more like I'm going to try this and see if it works into my lifestyle. See if I have the time or the energy or the resources to really commit to something like this. Like you're giving it a little bit of space and a little bit of time here for anything that you want to incorporate into home and family or delete in home and family. We will go to the Circle of Doors Tarot. These cards have a life of their own. Okay, our card is the Maiden of Knives, the Challenger. Is that what we're doing? Are we challenging ourselves this week to make some changes? There's the 10 and there's the Maiden. So this would be our page within the deck. Those whose cruelty depends on silence will flee from the deafening thunder of my sword. The victory of joy and love will be heard by all. The song of justice shall ring out clear forever. She is the gladiator in the arena of speech, defending the most vulnerable and forgotten by taking up the cause of consciousness. Wherever they are, any who wallow in ignorance or hatred, she shall arrive with power of her word to dispel the fog and forgetfulness. The Maiden of Knives will absorb knowledge from every source, but she suffers no fools and will not be silenced by the antiquated, oh, you know what I meant, politeness or propriety. Sorry, I'm reading all the words wrong now just on purpose. She ignores the rules for the sake of the truth, and her mission is to champion the wisdom that is proven to heal the strife and confusion in the hearts and minds of people. So, ask yourself, what situations are so unacceptable that you must speak out? How disciplined are you in the sharpening of your blade by engaging in study and discourse? What are you willing to sacrifice for the sake of healing the world with your words? Your affirmations for this week are, I advocate for all who are oppressed by fear. My heart and my mind are strong allies. I am always seeking more clarity. The truth always wins. And we will get a Power Thought card by Louise Hay here to end everything off. So yeah, you're kind of in no man's land. You're really looking at how you're going to change things in your life. You're open to change. You want the change. I now go beyond other people's fears and limitations. I now go beyond other people's fears and limitations. It is my mind that creates my experiences. I am unlimited in my own ability to create the good in my life. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.